Hi, bunnies. Ugh. I just want to show you my sippy cup. It's not a sippy cup, but it's like, look, this has water, right? Can you see that? Okay, look. Yeah, okay, and I get the water out like in a straw like this. It's really good. It's helped me drink so much more water. It's my little child cup or whatever the fuck. And I'm clumsy. Today is the long-awaited INTJ on INTJ Bullies, because INTJs can be bullies too. So, how are we bullies? Like I said, there's a spectrum, right? When we talk about the spectrum of violence, violence is a worthwhile and effective tool at getting the things we need in life. In addition to, it's a worthwhile tool to get people to respect us. In addition to, it's a worthwhile tool to get people not to fuck with us, right? So, INTJs, I would assume, because of various reasons, in terms of like that meter of violence, go from passive aggressive to assertive, possibly aggressive. Personally, I hate getting aggressive because it's exhausting. You know, you lose so much energy from that. I'm exhausted. Like, I hate being aggressive. I'm hot. You feel me? So what can I say about INTJ bullies? INTJs, from my own lens, are extremely intense and extremely passionate people. This is so weird talking about my shit. I can talk about ways that I feel that I have been, or I've used violence as being an aggressive or assertive. I can also talk about instances in which I've seen. So there's some INTJ YouTubers, bloggers, Twitter people, Twitter personalities that have really good content, really well thought out, and instantly drew me in because of the content matter and also because they're INTJs and they say it. So I'm like, oh, okay, someone who understands me, and they do, and there's overlap. But and once again, these are generalizations. INTJs want to make their private lives and public lives like congruent, like in the sense of like, see this, it equals one to the other, like there's nothing hidden. So they want to live their flaws publicly as well as like their truths. What happens with that is like an extremely pessimistic and just kind of like fatalistic outlook on life and relationships and other types of traditional structures of family and work and ideas and religion. And it comes from deconstructing these sort of concepts and these structures, from the outside in, right? Not the inside out, but from the outside in. So there's a particular person on Twitter who's she's like a Twitter personality, and I had to mute her because she goes ham. She can read you bullet point by point by point, your issues, your flaws. The problem is that even though we base everything on patterns, patterns don't explain every situation. So there are times where, guess what? INTJs are wrong. Dead wrong. Because we don't have all the answers. We think we do, but we do not. And as a result of that, it can be like a perceived arrogance. The reasoning for it is mostly kind of like a type of laziness, in the sense of like, I kind of seen this before. I'm tired. I don't want to have to think about that. So I feel like you've slighted me in this way, and we'll be direct about it. And we think that we're doing the right thing by being direct about it. And it'll hurt people. So I saw this particular Twitter celebrity just read this poor girl and just, accuse her of all this shit, accuse her of like plagiarism, and it's a kind of self-centered thing to think that everything revolves around you. It's like someone can talk about my situation and they're not talking about me. And this girl, it really hurt her. I didn't mute her because of that. I actually muted her because she has like these obsessive standums, and it was just annoying me. But I had noticed that she would like put people on display. Like, you know how when people like put, call somebody out with a screenshot, like if a guy DMs like a dick pic in Instagram or something else crazy, and then, certain people have the wherewithal to blot out the name or the username or the handle. An INTJ, because of laziness, because of, that wouldn't be efficient, and also because fuck them, probably won't do that. So then that calls other people to, to harass them. So now if your person has a following, now this person's being harassed. And I say this, I say this like I could be, I don't feel like I'm guilty of it. I don't know. But I'm just trying to be like as neutral and kind of like in the center as possible, so I can't really think about myself right now. I try not to contradict myself, but shit happens. So that happened, and then likewise, because INTJs get these intense passions, they also get these intense like hatreds. And this other INTJ kind of like vlogger, blogger, is so hateful. So fucking hateful, bro. Yo, please get some therapy. Oh my god, I'm in therapy. My therapist just graduated actually because she was a resident. Get some therapy. Because that's not, let me tell you something, that hatred that we're holding in our heart is not serving us. So if you've been bullied by INTJ, I'm sorry. On the, what do you call it? On behalf of the INTJ Council. Because we be walling because we hold ourselves to very high standards, so we hold others to very high standards, and a lot of, things happen because people are fallible, and we're fallible. But when we're fallible, know that we're beating ourselves up as much as you, and you're probably like, well, fuck that. Fair. But, we're talking about high INTJs or bullies. So when we're bullying, we're either doing it in one of two ways. In a way in which we're planning a very direct attack, in which we'll tell you about it. We will tell you, like, this is what's going to happen now, and you may not be ready for that. But I've done that before. Like, this is what's going to happen to you now. This is what happens now. I'm getting better at kind of hiding my shit. You can't just go around telling people how you're going to make things uncomfortable for them. But that's two ways in which INTJs are bullies. It's through direct sort of aggression, doxing. Oh, that's what that word is called. Doxing. Kind of just being ruthless once they feel like you've crossed some sort of like line. Yeah, once you've crossed a certain line and they deem you harmful to themselves and others, they go all the way with it. And yeah, the other thing is like being very callous and not taking other people's feelings in consideration when they're kind of on, a focused path, a concentrated path. It's like things are like this, they're not like this, because I've tested it, I've thought about it, I've asked people, I've asked people, and things are not like that, they're like this. And reality is things are mostly like this, but sometimes they're like that, sometimes. But of course that kind of messes up all the data that we've collected over the years regarding the situation, and we legit do that. Like, I have Evernote notebooks devoted to certain things. So that is how INTJs are bullies. I see myself in it sometimes. I'm like, You know what I mean? Once again, generalizations. This is a super general thing, and it's just a different way and a different way of exploring the topic. I'm going to cover another MBTI group next, and more content coming.